Alright, hello everybody, and here is the update. Today is March 14th. We're going to be looking at everything I've been producing up until now, and I think that everything is doing pretty good. I'm just waiting on some albino cordyceps to come in the mail, some brown rice for those cordyceps. I'm waiting on a larger autoclave to come in, the 941 All-American pressure cooker, which could hold like 25-pound bags for me, and just makes it my job a lot easier because I'll be able to do like 100 bags in a weekend, or I could do like 200 in a whole week, and that'll really help me on mass producing and getting things going. So here we are with just the cultures and the liquid cultures and the agars, and so far I think everything is going good. So this one is the king oyster mushroom. It was inoculated on March 4th, and as you can see, let me see if I could turn on the. Oh, okay. As you can see, from March 4th, everything is looking good. And remember, this agar was made from the popcorn water I used to make my grain spawn, and a little bit of coffee, and I think sugar, a little bit of sugar. So everything's looking good, all healthy looking mycelium for the king oyster, and that's for every agar. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. But see how these have fully colonized the tops? Now they're going to start reaching up the top unless I do something to slow them down, which I'm going to put them inside my storage fridge. So now that I get everything ready to rock, it won't be too long before I start cutting some wedges out, pink oyster mushroom, and making some popcorn grain spawn, which I already have ready right here. Which I already have ready right here, and the same stuff that was used to make this is the same liquid besides the agar that was used to make the agars. So when I cut these out, scientifically speaking, these should take over these really fast because it's the same thing. So it's not like you're transferring this from agar that's made from honey and charcoal, or coffee grounds, and just pure coffee grounds, and then onto a grain, because then it's going to change up the mushrooms eating to be like, oh wait, now I'm eating something different, let me test this out, let me see what it is before it starts growing. It's literally the same water, popcorn, and coffee that was used to make these kernels and soak them in was the water that was made for this. So scientifically speaking, this should be foolproof. When it goes up in there, it should just start taking right away, not even no wait time. But for now, there's this blue oyster mushroom. This one's a meanie. Look at that, it's already growing up the sides. Hella aggressive. Look, growing up the sides on this side, growing up the sides on this side. So this one is definitely dope. Now let's check out the other one. So this one is Cordyceps militaris, and as you can see, it was inoculated on the 6th, so 2 days after, when I found my old spore syringes, and as you can see, it's already starting to take place. I don't see no green mold, no nothing, so this one's taking off pretty good. Same thing over here. So I'm going to leave this one out just because it could colonize more, and I don't want to put it in the fridge before it fully colonizes, for all 3 of these. Now let's check out the reishi mushroom. So the reishi mushroom, same thing, but it's pretty much colonized 100% on this one. It's like 95. Yeah, I'd say like 95, 96% on that one. This one's about an 80 because there's still some spots in the middle, but as you can see, it's pretty much pure white all on the top before some little spots in the middle. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. If there's like little spots, you see it right there through the glass. So there's like little spots in between the whites. So it's like 85%. And this last one, oh wait, maybe I'm just going backwards. Yeah, this last one, same thing. Either way, they look from the other one to the other one, they look the same. This one's about 95, 98%. There's still, I can see some in the middle. You see that little dark spot to the left? That's an uncolonized spot. So these, like the cordyceps on the terrace, can stay to the side. And all of these, since they're done, and I don't need them right now, but I don't want them to outgrow their space, I'm going to throw them all in the fridge. So let's do that right now. So now, as you can see, I have them in my fridge. They're stored. There's still enough space right here to put more. And this drawer down here is where I keep all my syringes for genetics. So I still have room on the sides. I still need to use something with these grain spawns. These are cubenzas. That one's a cubenzas, but that's a whole little separate side project. For these are the commercial mushrooms that are going to be sold. And other than that, let's go back to the liquid cultures. So, same thing. This one I inoculated later, but as you can see, this one is a reishi mushroom from an old syringe that I had from a long time ago, but I made a video about it. See all that mycelium? This one's ready to go, you know? Break it all up, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, that's some clean, good mycelium. Honey water. This one's not as big as those ones, so I only used 1 teaspoon honey for this water. And as you can see, that was a perfect ratio for it. It wasn't too much. These ones are a little bit larger, so I used 2 spoons. And this reishi mushroom's ready to get put in the fridge, because until I actually have my autoclave bags in, and I could start pressing and making my bags now, but I want to be able to wait till my new autoclave comes in, because I'll be able to cook off more bags at a time instead of just stressing 5 bags now. I gotta wait till they cool down before I open it, then do another 5 bags. I could do like 15 to 20 bags at a time in that new autoclave coming, so I'd rather just wait to mass produce when the right equipment is and prepare myself to get ready for helping push out, you know, mushrooms like reishi, cordyceps, all the oyster mushrooms that I have. So let me put this one in the fridge. That one is ready to go, and it is colonized. Now this reishi, these cordyceps will be here in room temperature, like, you know, because I got AC on, so it's anywhere from like 68 degrees to like 67, anywhere from 67 to 70 degrees before it kicks back on up in here, you know, with the AC. So it's pretty good on temperature control, and we leave it on. We don't ever turn it off. So this one is pink oyster mushroom. As you can see, it is all right here at the bottom. I'm just start twisting and boom, you can see all that mycelium up in there. This one's ready to go too, so I don't really need it right now. I'm gonna put it back up in the fridge and let it do its thing. And now it's gonna be on a slow grow because of the temperature change. So because it's not freezing, it's not gonna kill your mycelium, but it will slow it down progressively to the point where you could keep this, instead of just a few months, you could keep it to a whole year, maybe a little plus. But you want to use this up, start some new cultures in between just to keep it fresh. And then instead of just culture, you want to culture, instead of getting to the third one, splitting it, you want to produce a new mushroom, get the spores, or even get a piece of meat from the inside of the new fruiting body and throw it in a culture, and then it'll start it, like reset the clock of being fresh on genetics. But if you keep splitting your cultures just to make new cultures or agars and keep splitting those agars, eventually your string's going to get weak to the point where it won't produce anymore, or it just you have lesser and lesser yields until it won't produce anymore, and it's just mycelium, you know. So that in the fridge. Next one is king oyster mushroom, inoculated on the 4th, and this bad boy, same thing. All the myceliums down here. Boom, look at all that. So today's the 14th. This is only 10 days of growth, which is a little bit short, about 4 days short of 2 weeks. And the strains are doing very good. So I already got my syringe needles in. I got the caps. I'm able to produce liquid cultures for you guys and send them out that way. Just tap in, let me know, and we'll be able to get something going for you guys and get this, you know. I'm gonna shoot out liquid cultures. Hopefully, I think liquid cultures will be a lot easier than sending out agars, but I don't know. I'm still in the process. I already bought like 100 needles, so I got liquid cultures. If you guys want to purchase liquid culture from me, I have it ready to go. I can make more, and this, as you can see, my system is on lock at a very early pace of me starting my business. So let me know if you guys want liquid cultures, you see it fresh from the start, or if you want to wait to see what the fruits produce just to see you're getting a great product. And either way, just follow me on the journey and you'll see it come true. Golden oyster mushroom. This one has the same, all the myceliums on the bottom, but you can see there's a lot. Visual, but I'm breaking up the mycelium to spread more in the liquid and create more mycelium, you know, so that way it keeps taking over. But as you can see, this is ready to go too. I could just suck up some of this and start a new liquid culture, or start growing some mushrooms off of this in a grow block. I just got 100 count of mushroom bags with sealer injection ports. I'm trying to go the whole liquid culture way for growing my mushrooms rather than agar and drop it in the bag and let it colonize, because I want to be able to, after I pressure cook my bags, seal off the bag, ain't no germs getting in there, and then I'm just going to inject it into a very clean space and be totally 100% clean on my product, instead of opening the bags, dropping in some grain spawn or dropping in an agar wedge, or even opening up and squirting some of the liquid culture in there to take over the bag and then potentially getting a mold spore in the bag or any of that. So I'd rather just avoid all that and keep it 100% clean, so you guys see from day one this product has never been tampered with. It's a lot to say, but you guys need to know. Now, everything coming from me is going to be done the right way. Blue oyster mushroom, as you can see, the agars are very aggressive. And this is a lot of mycelium at the bottom, so let's shake this baby. So, same thing with this. As you can see, this is all blue oyster mushroom mycelium, and it's a lot to work with. I could take one syringe from this and make 1,000 more of these, you know, or I could take one syringe from, I could use this bottle and start a complete business, or I could just grow my own mushrooms, or I could sell liquid cultures, or I could take this jar and make 1,000 agar jars and keep the genetics going. Well, you know, there's so much stuff you could do with mushrooms in a tiny space, because this size, this size jar, this size space would be one marijuana plant, one baby clone, or it could be a whole jar full of 1,000 seeds. You see what I'm saying? This is the 1,000 seeds right here. And the same thing with the grain spawns. This might look like this, but one of these seeds, since it has the mushroom's genetics on it, one of these seeds could do the same thing. Just one of these seeds could create 1,000 more of these, could create 1,000 more agars, 1,000 more liquid cultures. All you need for mushroom genetics is just one thing with it. Put it into a clean environment, it could grow, and you could turn that clean environment into more clean environments for it to grow, and just keep your genetics going. Alright, what's two more? This one is lion's mane mushroom. It was inoculated on the 6th. Now there's mycelium at the bottom, but it's still growing. You know, it was 2 days after, so boom. But as you can see, it's still enough, because that's a lot. And even this right here, just with that little bit much, you can make hundreds to thousands of more of these jars. I'm trying to break up those genetics. The more you break it up, the more it's going to grow and expand. Just the same thing as you put it on substrate in a bag. The more you break it up, the faster it's going to grow. But also, like the gym or anything, when you break it up, give it time to heal and come back together, because then it's never going to give you the results you want unless you give it time to recover and expand. You know what I'm saying? So boom, this is the lion's mane right here, and I believe the last one is cordyceps. Yep, cordyceps militaris. Now you can see this one, same thing, it was inoculated on the 4th, but since it was an older batch, I feel like it's taking its time to rejuvenate and come back to life. But see, this one I'm very concerned about. I mean, the agar looked good, but I don't know, this one's kind of murky. Like, I can't really tell if this is like bacteria growing in there with the mycelium, because those little white floating chunks are mycelium, but I can't tell if that other stuff is like, I don't know, like, you know, it's just very questionable, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. But the agars look fine. Yeah, cordyceps militaris. You see there's white growing in there. There ain't no green mold around the whites. So I really don't have nothing bad to say, except for it's murky. And unless people watching this could fill me in on, you know, I'm pretty sure I didn't caramelize the sugar and the honey. And I'm pretty sure I was sterile about everything. I never removed the lid when I took off the foil from pressure cooking it. I never opened this, you know. My sterile syringe was sterile, heated up the needle and I did all the right process. I'm just questionable about, you know, if this is bacteria. When my rice comes in, I don't want to waste the batch. Also, I'm questioning whether I even want to go with the cordyceps militaris, just off the simple fact that I have albino cordyceps coming in the mail still, and those are supposed to be 30% even more potent than regular cordyceps militaris that's orange. So the reason that it says, or at least what my research have shown me, that the reason why cordyceps albino militaris is stronger than the regular cordyceps militaris that's orange is because when the orange cordyceps that look like Cheeto fries make their pigmentation, it takes up their energy as well to make that pigmentation. So when it's albino, it doesn't focus its energy on making pigmentation. It focuses its energy more on just growing and becoming more potent in the cordycepin and the other, other compounds that it produces biologically. So because of the color difference is also the reason why the albinos are more potent. So why not go with that? The only difference is one's orange and one's not. I'd rather have the not one and get more of what I'm expecting out of it, But I don't know. You guys tell me what you guys think. Do you think that this is clean culture? Or do you think I should throw this away? You guys seen all the other cultures too, but this one just looks a little bit murkier than the others. I'm totally unsure if I should use it, but I'm growing it just to see where it goes. I'm not sure. Hopefully that's just the cordyceps. It looks like it's really broken down up in there. I don't know if you can see up in there. Maybe that's why it's murky, because it's really just the mycelium breaking away inside the thing when I swirl it each time. Because you can see, look, there's chunks of mycelium floating at the top too. So I don't know. I'm not sure, but I hope that everything is going good. Maybe I'll do a small batch just to test the liquid culture out when I get I already have all my ingredients to do a test run. I'm just really waiting for all my ingredients to come into effect. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, other than that, thank you guys for staying tuned. I'm going to leave this one out just like the other cordyceps on the agar. I still want to see where this goes. It looks like it still has room to grow. I'm going to close up my fridge with all my genetic library in there. And as you can see, the business is growing. I already have all my jellos and mixes to make the jellos. I have the jello maker. I have my printers and label makers. I'm staying sterile about everything I do. I already have the bag sealers. I already have all the products I need to keep making more. I already got labels for the jars when I make the gummies, to make the print and put on the stamp of approval. It was made by me on top of the thing. I already have my malt extract. I just got my nutritional yeast in. I just got 100 bags of autoclave bags, you know what I'm saying? So I'm ready to rock. What else did I get? Oh, I gotta make these jars because these are gonna be for my cordyceps. I'm gonna grow them in jars. Do the jar method because the same thing as the autoclave bag. When I make it, I'll be able to just squirt in the genetics and set it and forget it. As long as I keep the temperature the way it's supposed to be, there ain't going to be no issues of any mold or anything happening. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I want to stay as clean as I can for myself and you guys out there who are fucking with my channel and my product. What else did I get? I got my disposable syringes to send you guys out liquid cultures. So as soon as you guys start hitting me up or I post the liquid cultures, I'll be able to suck it up into the syringe. And with the caps, I'll be able to cap off the syringe and send it to you guys out like that, So the one thing I will be a little bit ghetto about is I'm thinking maybe I'll just resend them back in these syringe things, and I'll just put the label for myself on here, or maybe on the backside, so that way you guys can see this for the syringe size. The backside will be my label for my product and what's inside of it. I'm probably just gonna cut this tip of the bag off, pull it out, suck out the liquid culture, cap it off, make sure it's good to send to you guys and nothing's gonna go back inside. Clean out and sterilize the needle and cap and put it back in the syringe. Put this back in after it's capped, and then seal off the bag with my bag sealer, and then resend it back out to you guys. Just make sure I clean it out, spray some alcohol on the bag so there ain't no bacteria, until I find a different solution. But it seems cheaper to me to just send it back out. It's already a sterile package, just work under my flow hood so there ain't no issues. But look, I'm ready to send out the cultures, so even if you guys want cultures, let me know. I can start doing that as we speak, because I have all the equipment to do so. And the caps. Besides that, got my nutritional yeast as well, so I got everything I need to make my cordyceps mushrooms. Little labels to print, and the label is gonna go onto the syringe. So the label's like about that big. Just slap it across the side of the syringe, and boom, professional. Has my grade on it. Tells you what genetics it is. Tells you how much cc's to put. Everything you're gonna need on the label. Where it's from, where you got it from, how much ingredients, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. Trying to be as professional as can be. Also got my labels for sending out business orders, and I already got the printer for that, so I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Last thing I got in this last shipment was boom. This is where the gummies come in. This is an industrial coffee grinder, and when I dehydrate all my mushrooms and send them out as powders, or grind them, get them ready for the tinctures and extractions, this is going to be my machine. So doing everything 100% I can possible to be a legit business that you guys can trust. And I'm not just going to bullshit and the same thing I crush up my coffee and drink with is the same grinder. That's some ghetto fabulous shit. Unless you're cleaning it out regularly, I wouldn't trust it. But everything that I'm buying from my business is for my business. It's not going to be home use and business. It's going to be just all business. So that is the update from now, and much love for everybody who still continue to rock with me and watch my videos, and watch out for the other things I'm doing. Side project, I'm just growing cubensis. This one's Lizard King, and the same thing with these. I'm gonna buy some liquid cultures jars and continue this genetics, just because I like to do the stuff with my friends. So here you go. Lizard King. This one is China Dancing Tiger. These ones are Lizard King again, just because I had a lot of it. And this is the one that everybody says that you trip out on, and you start thinking you see everybody has a lizard. So why not get a classic? And this one's Vanilla Gorilla. Supposedly this one's supposed to be derived from a penis envy, and even though the grain spawns look good, they've been having a long time to start taking over on the agar. But just like I said before, this could be a nutrition difference, since I don't know, it should be the same. I'm pretty sure when I soaked these these popcorns a long time ago, they were soaked in coffee water as well, so there really shouldn't be a difference. But who knows? That's why I'm just allowing them to fully take over the agar before I put them in the fridge and, contain the genetics for a lot longer than just a few months, and I could keep it up to a year. Gives me more time to make more agars, gives me more time to make more grain jars, and gives me time to actually try and grow some more fruits and continue the genetics before I think about tossing it away or liquid culture, yada yada, so on and so forth. Other than that, thank you guys. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to be setting up my room to have a mini lab in here for the meantime, getting my genetics going and making sure that I'm cleaning out my Martha tent, my North Spore boom chamber where I'm going to be fruiting the mushrooms. I'm going to be laying down, I'm cutting off everything in my room from here, this way, all the way to my wall area, and this whole area, right here is gonna be kind of caged off under like a tented area, so that way there's not gonna be a lot of mold spores in my workspace. I'm gonna put like those plastic carpets that you could put on the ground, like for your computer area and all that shit. I'm gonna buy a big one for this whole space, so that way there ain't gonna be dust coming from the carpet. It'll just be one plastic carpet all around my work area. Just everything you can to be clean and just treating it like a real business until I'm making enough money to buy my own space and do it all out of my business area, just like any regular business. So once again, thank you guys all. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, share. Watch my journey as I turn this from a home business into hopefully a multi-million-dollar business where I can help people grow knowledge about the subject at hand, which is mushrooms, how to grow them, the benefits of them, what they could do to, take down waste, since they could eat a lot of trash and turn it into food for you, and the food is beneficial. Just everything you need to know, and I'm still learning about different mushrooms as well, different genetics, the benefits of the mushrooms, all that, just as much as you guys. So I'm even trying to buy new mushroom strains like tremella mushroom, and just continue my library, so that way I have a broad space of everything I need. So thank you. Subscribe, like, share, follow, and appreciate it.